Hello. Whenever I'm doing a bit of weeding, I always use my grandma's old kneeling mat. It's worn thin over the years, which is surprising because, now I come to think of it, Grandma didn't have a garden. Joining me tonight, on my right, Jo Barker, a teaching assistant who broke her nose on a second date. Veronica Smith, a retired head teacher who can't catch a ball. And their captain, Katrina Austin, a freelance translator who has appeared on stage as a cabbage leaf. Bound together by family ties and gin, they are mothers ruined. So, Katrina, you've got a head teacher on your team who isn't the captain. Too power-crazed, was that the thing?
Yeah.
Did you give them a team talk after your last match?
I gave them a team drink after the match.
That's the spirit. This time you were playing on my left. Jade Harvey, a medical student who performed Mozart's Coronation Mass in C major at Notre Dame Cathedral. Podrick Sheehy, a maths student and Taylor Swift fan. And their captain, Molly O'Gorman, an English teacher who has twice been chased through the National Botanical Gardens in Dublin by security guards. United by a crossword compulsion, they are the Cryptics. Molly, your team got the first 5-pointer of the series. Remind us what that was.
Well, it did help that it was to do with the Irish language, which 2 members of our team speak. We also got a wall which featured Thailand, where Jade's mother is from, so the questions did really fall our way.
Both teams tonight won their opening matches outright, so nobody's going home. I would say we're playing for fun, but, I mean, you've been here before. You know that's not true. Cryptics, you won the toss, but you've thrown your opponents in first. So, mothers ruined. Please choose a hieroglyph.
Horned viper, please.
OK. What is the connection between these picture clues? Here's the first.
Is that Castellet?
Could be.
Probably. Something was sort of...
OK, next, please. That's paella. So there's restrictions on how it can be made.
Yeah, there are.
Controversy. There's Jamie Oliver controversy, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
OK, go for next. Next, please. It's another beanie stew thing.
All ones about Nicole. No.
I didn't get that.
All ones have been controversies about hard.
Yeah, should we go for last? Or...
Quick, go for it.
They're all dishes about which there have been controversies around how they're made.
I don't think I can take that, I'm afraid. It's a nice guess, but that's not it. So I'm going to show the last clue to the Cryptics for a possible bonus point.
Are they all national dishes?
They are not. What do you think the dishes are that we're looking at?
I think they are named after the cooking pot that they are made in.
They are dishes that are named after the vessel they are served in. So now what do you think the dishes are?
Paella, cassoulet.
Tagine.
Tagine.
Tagine is the last one, and the third one, a casserole. Well done, Jo, but too late. I'm afraid I can't give you points for it. Cryptics, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
OK, they're both capitalised, which is worth knowing. It could be like ebony and ivory, for example.
There's that Michael Jackson song, yeah.
OK, next, please.
Oh, that's black or white, isn't it? Excellent. Wait, these are Pokemon games. Pokemon games.
Okay,
Yes.
What is it then?
So it's going to be Sun and Moon and then Sword and Shield.
We don't need it. It's not a sequence.
Oh, no, they're just
Pokemon
Pokemon
titles.
Is it? I need this specific thing.
Well, it's
Main
from
series
Gen
Pokemon
5.
games.
Main series
Main
Pokemon.
series.
Main series Pokemon.
Yeah.
OK.
Yeah.
Are these main series Pokemon games?
Yes, they are. And I sensed a level of excitement for you there, Jade. You actually said what the next 2 clues would have been, and you're absolutely right. It's Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. Are you, by any chance, a Pokemon fan?
I am by proxy. I know a couple of people who are very into it, so...
Doesn't even like
I
Pokemon.
don't know what it is. Do you have to pretend to be a creature?
No, so...
You're a trainer, aren't you?
Yeah, you're a Pokemon trainer. So the Pokemon are the creatures.
You catch them.
Yeah.
It comes from Japanese word for pocket monsters. So the idea is that they're like kind of like pets that
Right.
you make fight each other.
I think we found another of my pockets of ignorance. Clive Myrie knows all this stuff. Don't you worry. He's got 20 Pokemons. He really gets it. Very well done. You get 3 points for that. Mother's ruined. What would you like?
Twisted flax, please.
Twisted Flax. What connects these clues? Here's the first.
Stewart and Warden, they're kind of synonymous, aren't they? What's missing between them?
Stewart ends with Ward, the Warden.
Ward,
so
okay.
that's- Yeah.
OK.
Another one.
All right, next, please. Parliament's film was which president?
President, I don't know which one went in the middle.
No, I don't. Okay, next, please. Let's see now. Oh, this is... Next. May?
Not it, I'm afraid. Cryptics, do you know?
Is that it? Do we think?
No, it's Taylor and it's May.
Oh, no, I know. It's Queen band members that all fit in the gaps.
Very well done. This is an extremely difficult question, but it's a beautiful one. It's really lovely. Each of these clues is a mini sequence. Can you explain one of the sequences?
So steward, deacon and warden all mean the same thing. I assume there is some form of sequence that I don't know.
It's not that they mean the same thing. It's ranks in Freemasonry. The crew are all nodding. I mean, you know, as they stand there with their trousers rolled up, Freemasonry.
So that's John Deacon, who is the bassist. Then
Yes.
you've got Polk, Taylor, Fillmore. So Roger Taylor was the Queen drummer. Gold, Mercury, Thallium. Mercury being obviously Freddie. And then Brian May fits in between April and June.
Exactly. So you're right about May,
Yeah.
but we've also got Deacon, Taylor, Mercury. They're clues to the members of Queen. Very well calculated. And what would you like for your own
We'd
question?
like the lion, please.
Lion. It's the music question. What do these clues have in common? Here's the first.
Oh, that's Gymnopody number 1 by
It's
Satie.
what? Number 1?
Gymnopody?
Gymnopody
Like
by who?
GYM, Satie.
Satie.
S-A-T-I.
Okay.
keep it
Next,
going.
please.
Just slow down. If you want me, a man wants to be
I know
approached
this.
cool and romantically.
You don't know it.
I can't
Next,
place it.
please. Do you know that either?
I don't recognise this.
Next, please.
Wherever I wander,
This is the bare necessities.
wherever I
What's the first one?
Gymnopédie by Satie.
couldn't be
So
fonder.
this is the Jungle Book.
Bare necessities, sung by
It could be
Baloo.
about movies, I don't know.
Sung by Bears.
2 seconds.
These are all... I can't give that answer.
Oh, you can.
Sung by bears.
Oh, they are not all sung by bears, but you can certainly give that answer. Mother's Ruined, would you like to go for a bonus point?
Nudity.
Nudity is the connection. What did we hear?
So definitely the bare necessities.
Bare Necessities, and it particularly wasn't sung by a bear because that was the Brian Wilson version.
Okay,
It wasn't
Baloo.
Phil Harris who plays Baloo the bear.
Yeah,
What
there's
else?
Dancing Naked in the Rain.
Naked in the Rain was the third one, yeah.
Yeah. I thought the first was Claire de Lune, but that doesn't fit. No.
I think you knew that was Gymnopédie,
Yeah.
and that comes from, it's just an old Spartan thing, quite dodgy really, the thing about exercising nude, and you don't want to look too far into the derivation of
glad I
those
didn't
words,
know
but
that
a bit
aspect
of
of
naked sport going on there. And the second one, Jermaine Stewart, we don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time, he said. Which is actually somehow creepier than if he said we do have to. I don't know why that is. Well done, you get the bonus point. And what would you like for your own question?
Water, please.
Water. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Down to a lock. It's Next, please. Is it some film series? It's not Muppets, but is it something like that? Next, please. Because that's Rosebud, isn't it? Orson Welles' Third Man.
That's the 39 steps.
59 Steps. So these are the definitions. We think that these define the titles of the films.
I need to hear something specific.
The 1935 film, the organisation's prize is the 39 Steps.
I need a specific connection between all the clues.
They're all about steps, numbers of steps.
I don't think I can take your answer. So I'm going to show the last clue to the Cryptics for a possible bonus point.
Maybe like if it's units of measurement and that's like how long or like.
You
Yes.
don't know it
No,
either.
we've got no idea.
No. They are all locations of the 39 steps in different entities. In the 1935 film, unusually, I mean, no spoilers if you're about to watch it, but the 39 steps are an organisation of spies.
Yeah.
In the other versions, the novel and other films, there are physical steps. They go down to a lock in Scotland, up to Big
Okay.
Ben, various places the steps are, but it is all specifically the 39 steps. I'm sorry, because you were just really close, but couldn't quite kind of nail it. Cryptics, one question remains. The Eye of Horus. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
So that's two meanings. Oracular is that.
It's just vague. I don't know. Vague.
I thought it was to do with speaking. Okay, next, please.
Oh yeah.
So that's the Winter Olympics. Is Beijing 2022.
Okay.
So that's like a skier, for example, or something.
Probably is.
Okay. And no, that's not. Next, please.
Minimalist.
Yeah. I think we need one more, don't we?
Yeah.
Next, please. Are these all named
After islands?
named after islands? No, they're all named after.
Like the island.
Yeah, islands.
2 seconds.
Are these all named for islands?
I'm afraid that's not right. Mother's Ruin, do you want to go for bonus point?
We think they were named after places in Greece.
They are in Greece, not all islands, I'm afraid. They are what we call demonyms. They're named after places. Sparta, avoiding luxury. I already mentioned them tonight. The Spartans, they didn't need luxury or indeed clothes when they were doing sport. Gay women, lesbian, Lesbos, of course. The Olympians, named after Olympia. And the first one, ambiguous and oracular, Delphic. Delphic, from the oracle at Delphi. And that means at the end of round 1, the Cryptics have 4 points, Mother's Ruined have 2. Sequence is time. What comes forth in a sequence? And Mother's Ruined, you'll be going first again. What would you like?
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. OK. Well, isn't that a treat? You'll be hearing a series of pieces of music. I want to know what you would hear in 4th place. Your first clue is coming in now.
She comes back to tell me she's gone.
Yeah. Paul Simon. Okay.
As if I didn't
Next.
know.
That's where
So-
in Memphis.
Okay. So we're getting bigger. So we've got Graceland, we've got Memphis, then we're going to have Tennessee, and then USA.
USA?
Yeah. Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA.
Would be an excellent answer. And why would that be?
We're getting bigger from Graceland to Memphis, then presumably to Tennessee, and then to the USA.
We would have heard My Tennessee Mountain Home, and next, anything containing America or the USA. Let's have a little blast of what we chose ourselves.
I like to be in America. Okay, but be in America. Everything's free in America.
Absolutely lovely. Very well done. Cryptics, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Capital of Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
Is it a time difference or something?
It's time difference.
It is. But so what's the
Plus
sequence?
10
So
from
plus
here.
9, plus 8.
We've got to see the next one to see what the sequence is.
No, it's going to be plus 9. Oh, yeah. We got that.
Next, please.
No, it can't be going up.
No, so it's Tashkent is.
Is it altitude? maybe?
Is
Like plus 10
Uzbekistan,
plus
isn't it?
Tashkent.
It's
It's
Uzbekistan.
Kazakhstan.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan. Plus 5. It could be plus 5, but I don't know what the sequence is.
Okay,
No.
next again,
Probably
please.
going to go plus 2, plus...
Lisbon.
Oh,
See,
God.
this is time zones, but what's the... Okay, minus 5. What's minus 5?
I think they were the latitudes.
Minus 5 is going to
Minus
be
five.
New York.
minus?
New York is minus 5.
Oh, yeah, no.
New York, and then in brackets, minus 5.
Quite right. And as I think you know, this is about time zones in relation to GMT. So plus 10 from Port Moresby, and we're going up in units of 5. So anywhere that's 5 hours behind the UK, which New York usually is. Well done.
Well done.
Back to you, Mother's Ruined. What would you like?
Lion, please.
The line question is the picture question. I want to know what you'd expect to see in the 4th picture. Here's the first.
Any ideas?
Well, it's obviously Dr. Watson.
Is it? Okay, next. Okay, we've got
1.5p.
that's right. Okay, next. Do we know who that is? Is it someone penny? I'm going to go half a pence. Yeah. Something representing half pence.
For example,
Mike Pence cut in half.
we'll take it. I would have loved to hear that actress and excellent dancer Jill Halfpenny. What is the sequence?
So we're going presumably tuppence, 1.5 Mike Pences, 1.5 pence, and then Penny. Is it Penny Lancaster?
It's Penny Smith.
Penny Smith,
Penny
okay.
Smith, the presenter.
Yeah,
So yes, we're going down half a penny each time, and quite right. You see, it's 1.5 pences. It's not really pence. That's definitely a ruffle in the question. Pences would be grammatically correct, but tuppence. That is from Partners in Crime show. That was Tuppence and Tommy. Well done. Cryptics, what would you like?
Twisted flax, please.
Twisted Flax, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
It's hemp
That's a Class
oil.
A drug, right?
Yeah.
Is it a class? No, hemp oil cannot be a class
No,
A drug. No.
not really.
Okay, next, please.
Digital software design.
USB? USA, yeah, USA. What from
No.
No.
Next, please.
Digital radio standard.
X over C.
That's
red
AC,
X.
right?
I just. So what's it going to
X
be?
under A. A under X. X over A.
Red X A.
It's going to be something for D, right?
Red X D. UXD.
2 seconds.
A red cross over the D of ABCD, and ultraviolet light.
And why would that be?
I have no idea.
You've not persuaded me it's a sequence, so a bonus chance for you mothers.
Okay, so again, the cross would be over the D, and then a taxi, a cab,
Anagram of.
anagram of the other letters.
I will accept that answer. Will you explain to your opponents what's going on here?
I think they know. The first one is CBD oil, so it's the other 3 letters rearranged. Then you've got CAD, CAD design software, and DAB radio.
Exactly right. It is anagrams of the 3 letters that remain if you remove the one with the cross over it. So if you take out the D, we want something that's an anagram of ABC. I'm disappointed, I must say, that you didn't go with BAC, which is...
We don't measure our level of intoxication.
Exactly so. Measurement of intoxication in the blood, BAC, blood alcohol content or concentration. Very well done. And you may choose your own question. What's it to be?
Water, please.
Water. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Straw with a knife. Okay.
That's in the hole in my bucket.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, what's the sequence then?
You read the next one, which way is it?
Okay, next, please.
Stone.
Sharpen it.
Yep. Wet stone with water.
Yeah.
Carry water in bucket. Carry water in bucket.
I'm going to let Jo answer.
I think it's carry water in a bucket.
It absolutely is. And why?
It's the There's a Hole in My Bucket song, and you fix the hole in the bucket with straw, which is too long, so you cut it with a knife, which is blunt, so you sharpen it with a stone. But the stone is dry, so you wet it with water, and you fetch the water in your bucket, which has a hole in it.
Exactly correct. And to make up for the fact that I didn't make you sing Born in the USA, which actually would have been lovely, and I'm regretting it, let's sing this. Come on, everyone. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole. Lovely, very nice. One question remains, slithering towards you, Cryptics, the snake. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Is that Will McKinley?
That's William McKinley, yeah. And that's not the assassin. Wait a second. No, it's Nicholas Shogo's assassinated. Okay, that might be his vice president. That's not it. So we need the next one.
Next, please.
Bolton Calvin Coolidge.
No, these are prime ministers who are and presidents at the same time.
Yeah, but
are
what's
they?
the sequence?
I don't know what the sequence is. We'll go for another one.
Yeah.
Next, please.
64. Oh, it's
How old was Lyndon B.
Lyndon B. Johnson. Is it Lyndon Wilson or something like that?
What would the year be?
But what's the next year? Where was the distinction of these years? What
What?
year are we going for?
2 seconds.
1980?
Reagan and that.
Reagan and Thatcher.
Not it, I'm afraid. Mother's Ruin, do you know?
2000.
Nope. It's 1992, Major and Clinton. I think you know that these were presidents and prime ministers at the same time, but the key to the question is they were elected in the same year. So these were the years that elections took place in both the United States and the UK, and who won those elections. And the next time after 64 was 92, when Major and Clinton were elected. That means at the end of round 2, Cryptics have 6 points, Mothers Ruined have 11. On we go to the connecting wall, and Cryptics, you'll be first to go this time. So please choose lion or water.
Could we have a lion wall, please?
You can. Let's see how cryptic this is. 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
We have Goya, Miro, these are Spanish artists. Dali, who's the other one? Sada, maybe?
Okay,
We've got like words for small things, like
Yeah.
poco.
A modicum.
Puso, poco.
Modicum.
Yeah, there's quite a few there. Greece
okay.
means grey.
Sorry, grey means grey. It does. I'm not sure anything else here means grey.
Anna, Craig, and Darren could be characters in something.
They're
And Nick,
all people.
because they're all first
Oh,
names.
they are. Okay, we'll think about that later.
We'll worry about that later.
Okay.
Try and get the small things, but we still might have too many.
Varro is probably a small thing, right? Is it?
I think I've tried it.
Or Venig, maybe.
So the things that are
Venig sounds
absent are
German.
dill, gree, and wenig, which are almost definitely together. If you guys want to think about
Well,
that.
it could be word for small in different languages. Like peu is definitely small in French. Poco is definitely small in Spanish. So
Yeah.
Venig and
Wait, Goya could be soya with a thing changed.
Oh, that's good. Take a look for other things like that.
other beans, maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's something.
do some cycling.
What is Miro?
No, leave
Here
out
is
modicum because I think it is just translations of the word small, so it's probably
But then
peu.
what's modicum going to be?
Latin? You've got.
Or it could be the word one.
Okay. It's just weird that modicum's in there.
And Venig probably is a
okay.
small thing.
30 seconds.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Okay, try the painters. Try the painters.
I'm
if you
going
have
with
it.
the painters if I can. But I have a
Yeah,
funny feeling
there
one
are
of these is
definitely
a.
painters there.
Dali could be Mali.
Oh, have we got countries?
I don't think we've got that again.
I don't think we'll have it again.
Okay.
This is not
10
This is
seconds.
not working well. Okay,
is
I'm
not
just going to
great.
keep going.
We'll have to have a look.
Okay.
No, that's it. I'm afraid the time is up. The wall has frozen. But you found a group. Do you know the connection? Nick, Craig, Anna, Darren.
Are these all like first names that could go before David?
Not it, I'm afraid. These were all contestants on the first series of Big Brother. Nasty Nick Bateman,
Yeah.
Craig, the lovely builder. They were the Big Brother contestants.
Craig.
And of course, you can get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. Here we go. Dill, Sada,
Are these?
and so on.
These are herbs.
Not it. I'm afraid, like with the ABCD question, you are not anagramming on top
Aldi,
form
Co-op,
tonight.
Asda, and Lidl.
They are supermarket names in anagram
okay,
form.
That's fine.
And the next group, starting Palco
these
or
ones
Puco.
then.
What's that?
These are all terms for like a small amount of something.
Yes, all words for small, and they are nouns. Modicum is the Latin per in French, Venig, German, and, I mean, I can't pronounce it, Portuguese, Puco or Poco. And the blue group starting Goya.
They're all Spanish artists.
Those are the Spanish artists. I think you didn't know the surrealist Varro.
Yeah.
So you found one group and you gave me 2 connections. That is a total of 3. Not at all bad on a tough wall. Time to bring in their opponents now, give them the other wall and see how they get on. Mother's ruined. I'm afraid it's water for you. Can't have everything. But you do get 2.5 minutes to solve it. Starting now.
Parts of a flower.
Okay, I'll start on those.
Yeah.
Stigma, anther, and stamen. What else?
Carpel.
Oh, petal. That's what we've got
Yeah,
quite a lot
loads of
Okay,
those.
what
Yeah,
other groups
fine.
have we got?
Um,
We've got stain, rust, blot, scar, maybe. Are they all
Yeah.
kind of blemishes of some sort?
yep, rot possibly.
Yeah. Statue. There's something missing from the end of that. Unasked. as well.
Statuesque, arabesque,
Okay. Yeah.
burlesque.
Romanesque. Okay. Let's keep going with those.
Yeah. Grotesque.
Okay. Well done.
Grotesque.
Yeah. So without
Yep.
Roman, without statue,
Yeah.
without Arab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thoughts for flower now?
We've still got 6 of those, haven't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, unasked, what can that be? Unmask, but we've already got a word one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, with the blot, stain,
Scar.
scar, stigma. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, we've got various
Got.
unasked. What's going on with that one?
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Arab. I've got Arab horses. You've got
Yeah.
scarab. You've got unmasked, missing. Should I carry on with these?
Carry on, do it.
Okay, so
Put carpel in.
carpal. Which one am I leaving out?
Anyone, do it. Just do
10
it.
seconds. pretty much at the last minute with the lives going. Well done. What about the connections? Tell me about grot, Roman and so on.
You can add esque to the end of those.
You can make grotesque, Romanesque, burlesque and statuesque. And the next group, blot, stain and so on.
They are all words for a form of blemish.
Exactly so. Anther, carpel and so on.
Parts of a plant.
They are the parts of a plant or flower. And the last group, petal, rusts and so on.
Anagrams of crockery. Petal's an anagram of plate.
Some would say yes. We've got on the card anagrams of cabinet ministers. What is unasked? It's Sunak. Dominic Raab is there, Liz Truss, and Petal, the red herring, Priti Patel, of course. But you did solve them all, and you gave me 3 connections. That's a total of 7 points. Let's have a look at the scores as we go into the final round. The Cryptics have 9 points. Mothers Ruined have 18. And on we go to round 4, the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers teams. I can tell you that the first group of disemboweled clues all have complete idiots guides. Cryptics?
Calculus.
That's right. Mother's Ruined? Too long, I'm afraid. Cryptics, do you know?
Marathon training.
That's right. Next clue. Mothers?
Paganism.
Apparently so. Cryptics?
Alchemy.
We all know how to do that. Next category, literal dinosaur names. Mother's Ruined?
Tyrant lizard king.
That is the Tyrannosaurus Rex, correct. Mothers?
Ancient wing.
Archaeopteryx. Not seeing this one. It's double beam, the Diplodocus. Mothers?
3-horned
Base.
Yes, it is. Triceratops. Next category, 2 people born on the same day. Cryptics?
Sorry.
You lose a point. Mother's Ruined, do you know?
George W. Bush and
Sylvester Stallone.
That's the pair. Next clue. No more clues. We only see that evergreen couple of birthday twins because it's the end of the quiz and looking at the final scores. Soaring to the next round with 22 points. Mother's Ruined. Very well played. Cryptics, you've also been brilliant, given some great answers. You're still in the competition. You finish with 11 points and you will take those on a slightly more scenic route. Thank you all very much for playing. And thank you for watching. Do join me next time for another episode of Only Connect, the quiz that's more difficult than working out how to phrase a birthday message for a colleague you know, but not that well. Speaking of which, Gareth on camera too, happy birthday. 21 again. Good night.